Hello, everyone, and welcome to another stream. I hope you guys are doing well today. I'm doing just fine. Oh, I was so close to starting on the dot, but I didn't. I missed it by just a little bit. I was I made one too many typos in my post over on Discord to get done in time. But hello, I hope you guys are all well today. Oh my god, I have so many things open on my computer right now. Holy moly. I went to go open my thing so I could put on some music, and then here we are. Let me just... Oh, this might be loud. It's not loud, thank god. Well, it might be loud actually for you guys. Oh, fine. No, it's not, because I have it muted. Look at me. Look at me being prepared. I need to do you. That's incorrect. That did not work. Why did you not work? Yeah, you work, and you have a number associated with you. Why no worky work, smile? I almost didn't stream today, but I decided to stop working on something I was working on. Before I got too into it. Okay, you exist. Where did I grab that extra 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Oh, I did. I put it in there. That's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay. I got it figured out. Everything's fine now. It's gonna... Oh, this goes up by 4. Interesting. Oh, actually. So Zoom, I still don't have the ability to change other people's volumes on Zoom. So whenever I have do a game over Zoom, I lower my own volume, like my volume on my mixer. And I already listened to music and sounds on my computer at a very, very, very low decibel. I don't listen to anything very loud, and I haven't since college, because I had a very effective what would you call it when somebody comes to speak to you, like speak to like your class about something? What do you call that? Oh, I still have my PNG up. Is it this one? It is. There we go. This time my little guy works, so we're gonna have our little guy up. Not a conference. It also wasn't like a keynote speaker or anything like that. It was just someone who came to speak to a professional that came to speak to our class. I had a Wednesday class at like a stupid hour. It was like 3 p.m. or something. Stupid in the way that it just got really in the way of my schedule in college, and we had to go to this class. It was the pass-fail class, so we had to go. If we missed even one class without an excused absence, we would fail the class, or at least that's how they like to scare us. If that was true or not, I'll never know. But oh my god, my keyboard wire is annoying the fuck out of me. It is not cooperating. But I had this Wednesday class in which sorry, I'm trying to get this arranged how I want it. Pass fail, 3 p.m. and it was very obnoxious because Oh, I have it a very sheer, I see. Is it you? Are you my planning layer? You are my planning layer. I also need the list up so I can go back here. Actually, you know what? Let me move said list. I don't need to have it right there. You move it a little bit more to the side so I can still have it up and also continue to edit. But I had this class and they were, it was some person who like ear doctor-esque energy, right? And they were telling us about like the amount of, it's black, yeah, the amount of people that would come in and like how like with ear issues or hearing issues, and then like also talk to us about like this is how loud this very loud noise is, and this is how loud you standing in front of like a trumpet section is, you know, like, and they continued on like that. And basically it was all of my settings are so fucked. And it was all in an attempt to like convince us, hey, maybe we should think a little bit more about our hearing. Maybe that's like because like it might not affect you right now, but like down the line, it is gonna fuck you up. You standing in front of this trumpet section every single day is the equivalency of you being like in front of the speakers at a concert or something ridiculous like that, you know? And you know, what concerns me the most about that, truly thinking about it now, is like in band and in orchestras and in symphonies and whatever, the people who sit in front of the trumpet section sit there every single day during rehearsal for a long time, listening to them blaring them in their ears. I feel like maybe, just maybe, we should also consider that. I don't know. You know, that I'm just thinking. I'm thinking aloud here. But hey, maybe we should also consider the hearing loss that maybe just a generalized person in these things will suffer. Okay, so last time we left off, I was trying to figure out what the hell I was gonna do with these roads. So this green line is the main road. However, this doesn't really matter, that like curve right here. Oh my god, I turned off all my stabilization. I had it really high too. Oh shit, hold on, I need to check my schedule. I just thought of something. Oh, will I know peace in this life? No, I will not. I will not know peace in this life. I do have a game this Friday. Fuck. So my deadline for this map is Tuesday. In fact, I would actually like this map to be done before the weekend hits. Like that's my goal with it. So just so we all know where I'm at right now. Okay, so this is a different layer. That's also a different layer. So these are all the important things. These are the roads and things. I'm okay combining those two. So which one? Okay, and these are our lines. I have already placed other things there. This bus line can also move, but I will be drawing in this bus line just for now. I just kind of like this old road and this line up here. They don't matter that much. I do have the right scene up, right? Yeah, I do. But yeah, it was a lot of talking to us about that kind of stuff. And oh, the names aren't on this. Okay, those are our names. Let's duplicate that layer. And honestly, you know what? Let's duplicate this layer. Put it down there. So let's turn off names. Let's throw you up here. I'm gonna put names actually above. And then we'll merge those selected layers. So far, layer 15 is nothing so far. My layers, I think you can just barely see my layers on stream, but they are all over the place. Oh, update on the terraces over here. So these terraces are in fact terraced homes, or houses. And terrace houses are row houses, if you guys know what a row house is. I guess you either know what a row house is or what a terraced house is, or a terraced home is. Terraced house. But that's what they are. These are well-known. So I got a reply back from Warren Montford, telling me that obviously all of this information is going to be in the settings guide, which, you know, I did tell you guys also. But she did tell me that they are terraced houses, because apparently they are all over the place. A lot of, so like things like this, I bet you are also terrace houses. And that would explain why they look a little funky to my eye, right? Because they're all right next to each other. They're terrace houses. They're AKA row houses. It just so happens that these row houses over here are more well known for some reason or another. People know these row houses better. And like they're famous for a reason. Why they're famous? That's not in the settings guide. And who knows how relevant it's going to be, but that is what these are. These are houses. Or over here, I have terraces over here. These houses are in fact row houses. But that then makes me think that these in fact are all row houses, because she also mentioned that row houses are houses are common in Asher's Ridge. So now we know. Hey, Kalina, how you doing? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. But yeah, so you know, now we know they are in fact houses. They're not any sort of like weird thing. It's just once again a regional word. I've heard of terrace houses, but the way I think about terrace houses are houses with a terrace on them. I don't think about them as row houses. So I'm glad I asked. Although I think it still would have been fun to have like an art feature called terraces there. Random, but I think it would have been funny. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to rearrange these. I want to move these around. So this B&B is ideally what I want for that. So this would be our B&B. And this barn can go wherever the fuck it wants to. I'm not terribly fussed about it. I know, oh, there it is. It's my S. Okay, and we have a vet clinic, which should be that. I'll have that there. And I'll worry about... Okay, let's grab this. So this is a street. I think that's in fact Main Street. I think it's like here. Oh, I guess I could see. Yeah, that is... No, it's a different street. This one is a different street. So it would go something like here, which is somewhat accurate to how it goes. Now, who would, in their right mind, would ever put an elementary school next to a running water creek that leads out to a lake? As someone who's looking to remake the tragedy of 1990 or whatever the fuck year it was. Because that's fucking wild to do that. Like, they're not touching in this image. There is quite a bit of gap there. And there's gonna be a bit of a gap here for us also. But even still, like, what are we doing? It's like someone wants terrible things to happen here. I put the elementary school here. I guess maybe we should run it down a little bit. Something a little bit more like that, maybe. And that way this gets moved down a little bit also. Because this is elementary school. What I have here is the elementary school. I unmuted myself, right? Yeah, I muted that. Okay. It's just checking that everything looked good. I just kind of turned on the stream and went. I didn't even went. I went to go fill up my water. It's what I did. I took a very casual walk to do some stuff. Okay, so the church is in the middle of that. So, and it's on this side. And the cemetery is right above it, as cemeteries tend to do. So I am thinking this elementary school then is going to be on this other side. It's going to be a little bit closer over here. Again, the red lines are our new everything. So in fact, I'm just going to move this while I'm here. All right, and that gives us way more room to play around with this church and cemetery. The nice thing about this kind of map is that I don't have to draw anything. I just have to make boxes for all of these. And this weird rotunda thing, I don't know what this is, but it has a very curious shape that feels very purposeful, so we're just gonna have to deal with it. All right, now the part I'm not looking forward to is trying to figure out how I'm gonna do this. Okay. So let's just get this out of the way so I could see what this looked like again. So looking at this, our library is in this little nook. And then we have this little road here. Or we have a road that would go the equivalent of this. And that's where all of this goes, at the bookstore in the back and such. But I have a lot of room. So like here is our bookstore, and we have about, and this is our new shore. So about like here to here is about that bookstore difference. So we have a lot of room to play back here. I might change some stuff up here. Okay, so first let's move this library. I like the library being in this little nook. The one thing to keep in mind is that we are right off of Main Street. So that is like a thing to keep in mind. Again, all of these buildings are going to be much bigger. I also think I'm going to do like a curved street with this hospital. I'm thinking I'm going to curve all of this. Because none of this is close to this road. We can move that road, by the way. That's not a forever road. None of these are forever roads. These are just guidelines. None of this is cemented. This is literally as malleable as this part of the map is ever gonna get. Because I've already moved everything. So okay, so I think what we'll do is we'll have something like this here. I'm gonna grab this curio shop and I'm gonna drag it down and put it right off of Main Street because that feels like a tourist thing. Let me grab this. Yeah, and it is. So here's our curio shop. Here is something that's not the vet. The bistro and hospital, maybe? It's something. Oh my god, what is that? Like a three of hearts or something like that? It's a heart, so it's one of these guys. It's not the park. No, the general store is down below. The primary school is over here. All Saints Church is down here. Astor's Park is up there. Brightwater Books is up top. The library is over here. Sailing Club's up there. The B&B's over here. We have a bistro down there. Oh, it might be the bistro. And yeah, it's the bistro. So bistro is also off of Main Street. And then we have three, and then Astor's Surgery. Oh, it's right off of Main Street also. So we have the bistro right next to the hospital. Amazing. Phenomenal. Okay, so we have our bistro here. The bistro in between the vet clinic and the hospital. Phenomenal. 10 out of 10. City planning. Exactly what Asher would have wanted. And we'll do that, and then we'll have a road coming up there. And that'll lead us into the rest of this. Because we have bistro there. It's a B&B. That's not the bistro. The bistro must be down here. Yeah, bistro here. Library, curio shop. Down the road, we have bistro into the other stuff. All right, and then it goes up here. Okay. Then we have the bookstore and the news station next to each other on the next row. Hospital is in its own little area. Again, these buildings are going to be bigger. So I think it's very viable that it's going to look something like this. Because the other thing is, I believe there is, we can actually lower this street here and have it run a little bit lower. I think. We have a lot of wiggle. There's not much going on down here. We have some wiggle room there. I know it's so hard to see. Hold on, let me let me pull up the original image of this map so you guys can see a little bit better what I'm talking about instead of just me pointing to a really hard to see portion of the screen. I am gonna be playing hopefully Where's Waldo this Wednesday. Okay. Oh, and Mike. So this is what it looks like, right? So this here is our library. This is our curio shop. You see we have a road that leads up here. I mean, you can barely see it because pixels, but there is a road that comes here, comes up here, and goes around and also goes there. So there's one that goes around the library, and that road that goes around the library has a road that runs behind a curio shop and heads back into Main Street. And then over here, this is the bistro. This is the hospital, and we have a road that goes straight around here. This is the bookstore. This is a news station. Here are a bunch of houses. Here's other houses. These are the terraces. This is the police station and the fire station, I believe. And we see this is kind of like a residential working area, maybe. So you can see we're kind of off of the coast here with our bookstore. The newsroom also is, I mean, right next to it. Same thing with the hospital. But you also see how close it is to the main road. But again, we're expanding this area. We're giving it more room so I can make bigger buildings. But we do have to keep in mind that we do have a residential area right next to this perpendicular road to Main Street. And then there's another perpendicular road that attaches to our park and memorial over here, and a couple of docks, and the terrace, the rest of our residential area. Oh, I could see this a lot better now. Interesting. But yeah, you could see like our confusing triangle there. Honestly, with all of this space, I'm surprised there's not like a baseball field or something. I actually have no idea where Asher's Ridge is. Like country wise, I have just canoned it to be, we've canoned it to be, I think in Colorado. I think we have Asher's Ridge somewhere in Colorado. I'd have to check my notes. During session 0, it was something we discussed. I was gonna say something else, but that would be spoilers. All right, so this is what we're looking at. So we have to keep in mind this area right across is going to be our right across in that little nook we're gonna have all of that going on. Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie to you. We can move this water more to the side also, because we didn't move this water. But we can absolutely have this siphon off over here instead. Do something like that instead. Do something like that. And then we just, instead of redrawing this, I'm just gonna yoink the lasso over here. And then we have this going over here, like that. And then that becomes our river. So now this B&B can also be moved. to be over here instead of where it was. And that gives us the opportunity to move this vet clinic over. And then that will allow us to move this hospital over here. And that allows us to move this bistro over a little bit also. So we can have this road coming through here. This curio shop is still fine over here. Let me delete this line here because it makes me think that there's something there and there's simply not. The thing with this does not need to be there. Knock on wood. And so we have our residential. I'm gonna move, maybe I just make this smaller and I leave it here. So I could instead, oh, let me move this. Because that has also been throwing me off. This comes up here. Know that our love is on its way. And then, yeah, let's move this over. I don't need to draw anything. Let's just move this over. Magic one. We have our terraces there. I need to look at this again. So this is on the crook also. Okay, so it looks like these terraces, now that I'm looking at it again. No, I can't take that because it's only the red part. It looks like these terraces are actually like this. It's being connected between both of these areas. So this is another situation where we could just do a cheeky little move we can move the stream over. Like that. Just cover this up. And that's our new thing. So that would allow us to move this road. Oh, well, that would allow us to move this. That would have us something like this. Because how does this work? We have our thing there. Okay. So leave us with something like this instead. All right, so that's where our water is now over here. That means our road up here Can go like that. We can continue to angle this terrace. Where we have it, it does not have to be the end all be all. Also would make this road start a little bit higher. So let's just come from here. So if we're coming from this, we're doing something like that. Like that. And then we have our road that's probably going to be here now. That heads to this rotunda. Roundabout, sorry. I keep calling it a rotunda. This roundabout that's over here. Because we have our sailing club that's going to go up here. Again, let me just move everything. Let me just move the things where they're going to be. So I can figure out what the fuck I'm going to do. So this caravan park is next to the water. This road that goes straight up here. Caravan park is somewhere down here then. And then we have a service building here. That can go somewhere over here. It doesn't need to be right next to this caravan park. Just in the same way that this caravan park doesn't have to be exactly right there. And then we have a bus line here, which can still be there. That's fine. We'll move it over a little bit to the side though. So I could see it a little bit better. And so the police, the morgue, etc. is all going to be in this generalized area. Why the morgue is so far away from the hospital? Don't ask questions. Okay, that more or less moves everything out of our way so we could see things. Oh my god, my back. I hope you guys are well. I hope things are going good for you guys. I took the weekend. And by the weekend, I mean, hold on. I'm really far away from the mic. And because I'm leaning back in my chair, popping my back. Oh my gosh. It's because I'm like leaning over to look at my drawing tablet. And the significant bit, it's like my sternum down. Bottom of my sternum down. I'm leaning over. Oh, I need to move these terraces actually. Because they are going to be somewhere over here. Because they are between the water and the roads. Somewhere around there. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna move these out of the way. I'm gonna have these up here and I'll grab them when I need them. Yeah, so this weekend I did a lot of work over on a different Discord. I was telling you guys a little bit about it, how I've just been prepping for a while to get it done. That's funny. I was doing That's funny. Um, I was fixing up our Discord for my game. My That's very funny. We in my mobile game that I play, I we have a Discord, and in the last month or so I became an admin for one of the admins for the express purpose that I've been trying to get to become an admin for a little bit. I haven't asked explicitly, but I definitely have dropped hints in an attempt to fix our Discord because it was getting a little ridiculous with the amount of stuff that was in it. And I wanted to condense it. And one of the ways I wanted to condense it in particular is I wanted to do oh my god, it finally worked. Holy shit. I've been trying to get this drop down to work for fucking ever. Oh my god, it works. Like every time I clicked it, oh, and it was doing it again. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hold on. Hold on. I have to take advantage of this. Move over, drawing tablet. I need to type. What are we doing on here? What are we doing? Is ye old YEOLE? Like YE space OLE? Is that how you would say ye old England or whatever the fuck you want to say? I think so, right? With like an apostrophe after the ol? Or do you think it's ye? It's ye as in YEEOL apostrophe. In ye ol, ye ol, ye old, yeehaw, ye ol, ye ol. We're gonna go with ye ol. Which both ways I said it may be pronounced the same way. You may remember ye ol forums. Remember the ye ol forums of past in these archaic discussion boards, you would create a post with a question or commentary about something specific. Then others would reply with their ideas or disdain. Fuck. Dude, every day I wish I didn't have a full keyboard. This keyboard is just so much better than my my 75% or 60% or whatever the hell it is. It's just so much better and responsive that I don't want to, and it sounds better and it feels better, so I don't want to switch it out. But every day I wish I didn't have the latter 25% of this stupid keyboard. Look, I'm 1000%. I love having my arrow keys, and I love having a number pad. Don't get me wrong, But my God, if you ever have to maneuver it around, it is the worst thing to have ever existed. And I will stand by that. um, I always want to put a spell forum with an N, like Forum, and I don't know why. I it's a habit I started picking up a while back, like a few years back, and I have no idea where this M came from. Maybe it's from like columns? No, because that also doesn't have an N. I don't know where the N came from, but it's been a really annoying habit to try and break again. Oh my God. Question. But yeah, I spent the weekend. I spent the weekend working on this, and admittedly, I've never. So I'm using Carlbot, and I've never looked at Carlbot in my entire life. So I spent a lot of time looking for a bot that would serve our Discord, and then I found out that Carlbot would serve our purpose, and then it also provided so much more. So I went from wanting to just find a bot that could schedule things for us, but like a lot of things, not just like two or three things. I wanted something that I could just put down and never touch again. And I'm up to 9 events, and we're probably gonna add like 5 more. So it's or more, honestly, because some of them are the same event, but like I want several announcements to go out about them. And yeah, those rack up real quick, and everything I was finding, every bot I was looking at was just like, you can send 3 for free, and then for $10 a month, you can send an additional 10 or unlimited. And I'm like, no, thank you. And so I shopped around for a while until I found Carlbot would allow you to do just add however many you fucking want. I haven't found the limit yet. And honestly, if there is a limit coming up soon, I could work with it. But yeah. Boo, 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 boo. Sword. Give me a sword. What else? What else? What else? Advice. Paper. Pen, maybe? It's a better emote. And one more. We already have a bear trap one. Uh, no. But advice, PvP. Most of the game is PvE. Oh, let's see. Is that how you spell strategy? It is. Money, 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 money. Money. Ooh, that's an ugly emote. Uh, uh, Let's save that. All right. Okay. Okay. We save. We save those. Did it not save my tags? Am I a joke to you? Am I just a joke to you? Did me hitting save mean nothing to you? Oh my god, it didn't. No. Oh my god. It's a good thing I remember most of them. Most of them being the operating word there. Advice PvP was another one. Oh, and question was the last one. Let's go. Okay. Okay, we remember those. We remember those. And then we have, I've already forgotten. Fuck. PvP, strategy, money, question. Let me tell you, it's a nightmare being in my brain. Okay, there we go. Leave it with me. I content the family. I have my, this is what I would want to have preferred. Thank you so much for asking. You're right. Let the R4s also post in this. Why are you being a bitch to me? I'm not going to let everyone post here. That's quite literally the point of, get out of my face. Get out of my face. I never want to see you again. Suggestions. Okay. Sorry for that little moment of I have to work on something else for a second. But yeah, I worked on that Discord on Saturday during an in-game event that we have that takes 6 hours. And given the week we had to prepare for this event versus the other state we were going up against, it became increasingly obvious to me that we were not going to be winning, and therefore it was not going to be my priority to focus on the event for 6 hours. It was one of those, I'll give it a good old college try for the first hour, see how it goes, and then I'm just going to work on what I need to work on after that. And sure enough, it is in fact what I did. Okay, so I think what I want to do instead of this, I think I want to do it like this. Let me tell you, people have been real weird about this new Taylor Swift album, which is what we've been listening to for the past 3 streams, nonstop. People have been real fucking weird about it. And they always are. People are always really weird about Taylor Swift albums. I don't know exactly what the vibe is. I don't know if it's because they just don't want this person to succeed or whatever. But whatever they're doing is not working. And in an interview Taylor Swift gave this past week, one of the things she said is oh, what did you say? She said, during the first week of after an album comes out, she basically said any press is good press. Any hate is good hate, because so long as my name is in your mouth, you were doing free promo for me. And after all of the weird hate she's been getting for the album, it was definitely oh, you fucking tell him. Fucking tell him. She said, you know what? Keep my name in your mouth, actually. It's like, keep talking, because that all that talking is just making money for me. And you know what? Her streaming numbers, I believe, broke some records this week. Ever since it came out. So you know what? You say all you want about that album, because what she's seeing, all she's seeing is ding 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 numbers. Those numbers go up. But yeah, people have been really fucking, and they're always worried about it. They always want to like I don't know who stands these are, or like if it's like truly just deranged people doing this. I want to choose to believe that like it's other stands like creating false narratives in order to like make make her do worse, her streaming numbers do worse. Or maybe it's like people who are like doing pulling double duty in like standing the album but like making up wild shit, so those numbers do go up because again all press is good press, especially in the first week. So it's like I don't know what the vibe is. I want to choose to believe that it's not deranged people, and it's rather people employing a marketing strategy, right? For good or bad. But God, I think we're just in an age where people just don't know how to think for themselves. And due to the inability to think for themselves, they also have like an inability to wasn't there another row of houses on this? I thought there was a third row of houses on this. I guess not. We'll see how big this is. I'm gonna put that there for now though. Because I think that's about the footprint it'll take up. And these don't connect, these two things, even though I think they should, but they don't. I think we can also move this hospital and maybe like angle it a little bit here to make it something like that. Oops. Gonna do a smaller thing there so we know the street starts there. Again, all of these buildings are going to be just a little bit bigger than their originals. And I have expanded some of these. But like even the streets are going to be a little bit bigger. So this footprint, all of these footprints are just going to be a little bit bigger than they are on paper, at least right now. You have that there. Because let me tell you, some of these things are like truly deranged. But yeah, I'm starting to think, but like with TikTok and this quick, easy accessibility to what the younger generations and even and just people, I guess, in general, I just think that younger people are a little bit more obsessed with it. With such easy grasp to perceived fame, to their 1 second of limelight, a phenomena that has existed since there has been the limelight, you know? But I think like that quick access to it, to virality, to being viral on TikTok, and just the volatility of an algorithm, the way many people like cling on to their second in limelight, or the 1 second in fame, is to keep talking about things that the algorithm is going to pick up and, you know, feed to other people's feeds. And typically what the content of those things, the things that catch, because to make something algorithm friendly and something that will be picked up, like what that entails for the most part changes what feels like on the daily. But ultimately what it boils down to is like it's difficult if you do like one static thing like gaming or whatever, and that's like your niche forever. But if you're one of those people that chases this limelight and didn't have a true passion that made them famous, quote unquote famous, made them viral, they just chase the algorithm. And all you have to do to chase the algorithm is speak about the trending topics. Anything that will keep a person's attention for longer than like 10 seconds, like something that will keep them on your video for 10, 30, 60 seconds. Ideally 60 seconds, because at 60 seconds on TikTok, you get paid for the video. That is what you want. Any topic you can speak on that will keep somebody around for that long, that's what you want. Or for people to, or speak on something that will have people writing in the comments, because that is engagement. And those comments then tell the algorithm, oh, this is a popular video. This is a video that's keeping people on our platform, and having them engage in our platform send people to watch this video. And so that's like really all it takes. And that's why you also see people making videos and then also having a sell thing on their videos, because that also pushes it to the algorithm right now on TikTok. If you're also selling something, because people are clicking on that, and especially if people are buying it, that's an ad. Those things that you sell on TikTok and people have at the bottom as you're advertising it, that is an ad that you're watching. So if you click on that and you buy the thing, then that is ad revenue that TikTok is getting, because they're getting a kickback from things selling on their platform. But that's all it really takes to stay relevant on TikTok. However, the things that keep people engaged is rage. You make people angry, people are going to interact with your video. They're going to stitch your video. Your video is going to go viral outside of you, because if people are stitching your video and saying, keeping their name your name in their mouths, then that is circulating your name. You're getting clicks in the search bar. God forbid you get that like blue, your name becomes a blue link that people can just click, because then that's very easy engagement. That's going to tell TikTok and the algorithm, hey, this person is popular right now, send people over there so we get more money from people staying on our platform for longer. And yeah, if you just talk about bullshit, you'll do fine, you know? It's like, and that's what typically people will call grifters. But like, that is what makes up the majority of these people that go quote unquote viral. They know that if you rage bait, is what they call it, is, you know, how they see it is like, oh, if I rage bait, then people are gonna, you know, people come here and they will like respond. If the algorithm catches its video, then I can make money off of this. And that's kind of what happens every time there's a Taylor Swift album that comes out, because people know that Taylor Swift makes a lot of money because she is popular. So if you keep her name in your mouth, then you are probably going to also then you're probably gonna get some traction on your video. And because people are so desperate for that sort of moment in the limelight, they in fact do so. They do in fact keep talking about it. Oh, this is gonna be good because this allows us to move this morgue also. Oh, I left the fire station behind. Where is the fire station? Do what they want. They should do what they want. I just want you. And like, there are people who have genuine like criticisms about this album and Taylor Swift, and a lot of them valid. Um, but those aren't the people. But like, people take those talking points and then they create rage around them. So there's plenty of people who have like good faith criticisms on this album and Taylor Swift as a whole, but that gets lost in a sea of misinterpretation. Because a lot of, my God, one of the things I saw today, some British woman, a young woman, made a video, like probably in her early 20s, made a video because she came over here to visit her boyfriend or something into the US, and she made a video about one of the differences that she noticed here in the US that was different is in dining, and it's the way that Americans eat their food versus how they eat their food, or she eats her food over there in the UK, and like etiquette wise what the differences are there. And one of the things, and she was talking about how like we cut things with our or like we hold our fork with our dominant hand, and we cut and the knife in our left hand, or in our non-dominant hand or whatever, in our left hand. And how we'll also like cut things with our fork, which I don't think is that controversial, but like here we are, I guess. Because she was just like, I can't take, and she made the commentary of just a joke of like, I'm not gonna be able to take you anywhere, you don't know how to eat. And then she noticed that like everyone eats that way here in the US. And she did research on it. I wish you could see the quotations I threw up in the air. She did research on it, and then she gave this this description of how back during the Western days we didn't have time for a knife, so we didn't eat things with a knife, because you had to just like pick and choose what you were going to take with you on your while you were on like the trail, right? And like the first thing that came to my mind was like, who in their right mind doesn't have a knife? Like maybe you don't have like a polite knife to eat with, but there's no way you don't have like at least a pocket knife, but I guess not everyone would have a pocket knife. But I don't know, man. It feels a little far-fetched. And then she cited her source as a video she watched on TikTok, and then she like gave the link, or like she popped their name up on the screen so you could go follow them or whatever. And I was just like, you're telling me this fourth-hand information you got off of this video? And who knows? I didn't go check out the video. So who knows? Maybe that video is chock full of sources, credible sources. And it's a very credible video, and it's very credible information. But I could not believe that this person's, for them, research is synonymous with watching a video on TikTok. Like, that's not research. Watching a video, period, is not research. Unless you're the like main source of content that your research is about a video, like maybe you're doing research on music videos, then yes, a video would be a valid source because that is the source of your research. But like a TikTok video is not, I would never constitute that as research. I hardly even think YouTube videos can constitute research. I take anything I watch in any video, unless it's a first-hand source, like from protest or in war zones or whatever, seeing videos, primary sources, then even then it becomes a little bit like lines blurring a little bit because AI exists. But even still, like, that's so wild to me. And immediately I went from like, oh, that's kind of interesting information, to, especially because she said research, and then, but like even after she said research, I was a little like, did you really though? Because you seem a little young, and I know what the young people consider research nowadays. Okay, so it's on the other side of the road. The other side of the other side of the road. Ew, okay. I need to see where you are in relation. Okay, so you are at the crook of that river. Okay, so you will just fill up this space. That's fine. And so, like, and that's what happens. What happens is a terrible game of telephone begins to occur, you know? In which this is not the river. We can move this a little bit. I think this is a good location for this rotunda. Roundabout. I keep calling it a rotunda. That way we have our road that goes up here to the terraces. Then we have, oh no, we have a road that goes up here. Um, what was I gonna say? Yeah, it's like that combined with like just like the inability to go and look up anything yourself nowadays, like even just the laziness of scrolling a little bit farther down on Google after you look something up, to ignore the terrible AI summarization that Google has, because so many people will also use those Google summarizations for everything. And I'm just like, well, you do know that that's not a reliable source, but these are the same people who go to ChatGPT to get all their information. And it's just like, what is this coming down to? Okay, so we're gonna go across the river, and we're gonna do this. Because ChatGPT, they hate to break it to you, also not a reliable piece. It's also just a summarization of a bunch of sources. But once again, hey, remember when I said that people are playing a terrible game of telephone with information? That terrible game of telephone translates into written media, also into quote unquote journalism, journalists writing stuff down in there. And also, hey, not only journalists write things on the internet, there are plenty of people who just write shit out there. Anyone can post shit on certain news sites, you know, like none of it, not a single ounce of it is reliable content, you know? And it's so wildly frustrating that this is where we are, where we are in the world right now with AI. Because like it's not even good. It's not useful. None of it is generative AI, and like you looking up your stuff on like ChatGPT or any of the other god awful AI services. Like none of that is useful information. They're just throwing garbled bullshit at you. And it's so frustrating that people consider that to be like reliable content. So it's gonna be something like this. This is almost a one-to-one. I think mostly what it is just embarrassing. It's just embarrassing that people are doing this. It's like the other thing that I've realized is that we've once again taken a word past its point of meaning, and that word is cringe. Um, Cringe just used to mean something that made you physically react or recoil to something that you found unpleasant. Like that's in a nutshell what the definition of cringe was, right? And for a time, we did in fact use that. But now, cringe, I've realized, has fallen in the same place that gay used to mean back in my day, where we used to just say everything was gay, um, with the sense that it had a negative connotation, right? So, like, that's gay meant that's bad, that's boring, that's cringe, that's and just anything with a negative connotation, any word that could have owned a negative connotation, we use gay for, right? Um, like, man, that movie was gay. Oh, you're gay. This is gay. And it's just like, and that's just how we use that word a lot back in the day. And I feel, aside from like obviously negative connotations of using gay in that manner, um, cringe has fallen in that same vein of just saying something is not to their taste. Um and because there's connotations attached to cringe now with like combining cringe with something, right? Like millennial cringe or stuff like that. And it's just like, so like millennial cringe, I think maybe is where it started or where it ended up, and then it's just bloomed from there, right? I don't know, man. I'm concerned. I'm so wildly concerned for what this means as a whole for society. Because I think like the election was definitely a red flag for me. But now seeing how people are taking this particular album rollout of Taylor Swift, it just emphasizes, I think, to me more than ever that this has become quite an epidemic that I don't know how it will be solved. I used to think that not allowing children to have their phones at school was a little overkill, but I don't know. I guess we'll see what the research shows after the fact to see how effective it actually truly was. Because I don't know, I'm starting to think maybe they do in fact need just a reality wake up of just like, this is not how things work. I want to look how you did this. Okay, so you just have a little rotunda there that like basically is like this. It's just nestled in there. I would like to erase some of this down here so I can maneuver this a little bit better. And it's just not a phenomenon with the kids. I've also seen it taking over adult spaces also. And it does greatly concern me that we're reaching a point where we just think this is acceptable behavior. Maybe it does connect here and that 9 of clubs is just in the way. No, 9 of spades is in the way. I don't know. I'm personally still super against AI. I hate seeing anything AI. I think it's dumb. I think it's like I think it's just such a waste of resources. It's such a waste of time. It's only making tech bros rich. Anything that makes tech bros rich, you know, is not a good thing. Like if you ever need to just like you don't know what side to take on a topic, because you don't deem yourself intelligent enough or you don't know enough of the facts. I think a good just like litmus test is whether or not tech bros are making money off of it. Like it's are like those scraggly tech bros who are so desperately trying to look cool, like the Elon Musks of the world. They think that money is going to fix their lack of just swag. And then they walk around like they do in fact have any sort of swagger, and then it is just so clearly obvious that they are overcompensating to the max. But because they have such a high dollar amounts next to their names, people just kind of let it happen. But everyone knows that it is just, they are not anything that they try to portray themselves to be. Then if those people are making money off of it, and that's why they have that money next to their names, it is a pretty safe bet that's bad. What they're doing is either unethical, it is either done stealing, it's actually not doing anything. Like so many of these businesses also just break after a couple of years. Like they take people's money and they call it a day. And then with that money that they stole from somebody else, essentially, or they scammed out of somebody else, they just go and start another company. And by start another company, I mean they buy a smaller company, then they run that one to the ground. And then it's just like rinse and repeat until they die or they go to jail forever or they're out of the game. Or like they their past catches up to them. Their actions catch up to them. And then they're truly out of the game. Like the tech industry isn't like other industries. I think is something that people don't really grasp. There's no like trusted long-term investors or like groups out there. We're starting to get like some names that have been around in the game for long enough that people are like, yeah, those guys are reliable. I trust them. They make good stuff. It's like the vehicle industry nowadays. Like back in the day, you could pretty reliably be like, oh yeah, this brand is going to make good cars forever, or they're going to make solid cars, right? And then slowly but surely the money started to show that no, no, it was not. Every industry I feel is such a tentative industry that is only operates through a web of deception that is backed by their backers who make money at the front and the back end of those deals, you know? If ever that web of backroom deals were ever to become unwound, a lot of things would be different. Let me tell you that right now. It's like the Saudi Arabia thing, where everyone's like really scared about that Saudi Arabian company buying EA. And it's like it's not just Saudi Arabia though. It's like a lot of people. It's a group of people that are buying the stakes in the EA company to own it, and people are just been redirected to Saudi Arabia because obviously they have some preconceived notions and some modern notions of what morally where they stand on things. But one of the other people that is in that buyout is one of the current administration's family members, and a few of their family members, I believe, actually are part of that deal. Also, one of their companies, shell companies, is, and they're gonna make out like bandits, just like the several other companies that they've been attached to and that they've been making money off of. It's like it all, again, there's a web of things that are happening in the background, and some people are just worse at playing that game, so it's easier to figure out who's where, but it's the ones you can't see that are a little scarier, to be completely honest with you. Okay, so what we need to do, I think I'm pretty happy with this. There's some things we'll probably have to move around as we continue on, like some of these black lines, the border lines in the back, but I think I'm pretty happy with both this being our coastline. I just now have to redraw this. Also with thinner lines than I did before. Okay, before I get really into this, my alarm just went off for me to check something, so give me a second. That was great timing, by the way, on this alarm. Nightbot isn't telling you, but I'm gonna tell you. Make sure to stretch and stuff. Oh, I have some notifications. Oh, thank you so much, and Dylan, aka a narcissist, for the repost over on Blue Sky, and also Pope World Build for the repost. Oh, there's an ad happening right now, but just know that they are awesome people. If you too would also like to follow me over on Blue Sky and repost and or like any of my posts, feel free to do so. I still have Instagram on there. I don't really use Instagram. I use either of my YouTubes either. Thinking about it now, I don't think I've grabbed a singular VOD I've done of this. I really just should have them to auto export. If there's an option for that, I should probably get it so I could throw it over to the VOD channel. Oh man. I follow someone who gives out game info about things, and like also talks about when games are coming out, when games will be coming out. You know, he does some game news like that. Um, but he also just like writes like a normal person in between that, and it's so funny. He is one of the funniest people I follow. Like he's not funny in particular, but like he's just so real. He's so fucking for real. He's just like a person. Like he posts just like a normal person. I find that extremely refreshing. The family. But yeah, they call these lyrics cringe and all of that. I'm just like just because Taylor Swift also does some really poetic stuff does not mean that she's not like a huge dork. If there's one thing you need to know about Taylor Swift is that she's like a dork. A very she's very uncool, quote unquote. He has a song on here that's literally might as well be I'm uncool the song. I see this up also. And can I go for another one? Oh my god. I don't think I can go again. I don't think I have enough stuff to do that. I have 16. I need 67, I believe. Are you guys gonna give me some of this resource or nah? Oh, you guys are using that. Is this the last day to use that? And can I use general shards? Is my other question. Oh, today is the only day to do that. Hmm. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Oh man, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. What do I do? What do I do? Oh, I need to check if I can even use general shards because that's actually going to determine a lot about whether or not I can get points here. I thought it was being smart by waiting for today to do some things, but it's turning out that I was actually really stupid to wait for today. Oh, I think I can just use general shards. I'm at 33450. 33450. 33450. 33450. Yep, they do in fact count. Do I want to do it? 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 Do it, 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 do it. I think I do it. Hold on, I'm doing it. I'm doing a thing. In case you were unable to tell. Stop. Oh, I can't buy everything. I have everything in. Okay, give me a quick second. I need to move some funds around just real quick. And then we'll start refining this map down and hopefully finish up this entire thing, this entire area. The entire white area is what I'm hoping to finish today. Yeah, like are some of like I guess if you're not expecting some of these lyrics, they can in fact be jarring. But for the most part, this is just Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift just kind of sounds like this. She has songs that like she has lyrics that will hit you like straight in the gut. But not like all of her lyrics are like that. A lot of them are, but not all of them. Oh my god, what is on my thumb that you won't accept me? There we go. Oh, it's because my hands are starting to get dry. Oh, what was that? Oh, I didn't know that. Let's go over here because I am gonna invest a ton in you. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna send you by like a lot actually though. Let me just make sure my number is going up. It is going up. God, I'm in rank 13. Oh, but I'm ranked. Okay, that's fine. I will go up quite a bit here. There we go. And I still have a bunch left. Let's go. Let's see. I'll save those for now. I will be coming over here though and taking somebody out. Okay, I have one, two, three, four, five. Okay, all of you are important to me though, except you. You're not that important to me. We have one, two, three, four, five, six of you. So one of you can be knocked down. One, two, three, four, five, six. One, two, three, four, five, six. Okay. And then I have where's the other one? One, two, three. Oh, and I only have three of you guys. Okay. I'm doing quick maths. I'm doing quick maths just for you guys. Show me level. Okay, so I'm paying nothing, but I don't have you in my camp. That's one, two people I don't have in my camp. Three I have outside my camp. But he doesn't really count, but I guess we will count him. So that's one, two, three, four, five, six. Okay, so I do have six of those. It's one, two, three, four, five, three. So I have 15 slots. 15, 20 slots with those guys up there. Who do I take out? Um, oh, you. You I don't need to be that high level. Let's reset you, buddy. Give me all those points back. Bye-bye. And let's put it on someone who actually fucking matters. Up and here we go. Do-do-do-do. 24.1 million experience points about to go up. It's so funny. The curve, the exponential growth curve on this is ridiculous. Your first 70 levels costs you like, what is that, 6 million points? The next 14 million are for the next 10 levels. Which I frankly think is hilarious. I don't have enough points to do this. I do. Okay. I was getting nervous there. But you're fully leveled now. The only thing you don't have is good stuff on. Okay, you literally did not move a singular spot from me giving you those items. That's very funny. Okay, so you're at 1.3 million. But that's because I have not given you anything else special, which is fine. I am gonna take some nice things from other people though. Not you, but you. Give me that. Give me. I, for one, think that this album is hilarious. I think it's very sweet and I think it's very funny. If I take the you off and I put it on you, yeah, that makes me immediately the strongest hero in my arsenal. Oh, you guys end up being the same level, which is crazy. And then we're gonna do these later. I can get 2 levels, which will be nice. Romantic. Okay. All right, I did my thing. Let's see what level, in what place we ended up. 5th. Fuck. I'm in 3rd for the day. But there's 2 people who spend money ahead of me, and I don't think there's anything I can do to fix that. Let me see. Is there anything else I could do today? Not really. I think that's my last alarm on the day. Let me also send out these guys. In what world is that good stuff game? Stop trying to scam me. This game is trying to scam me more than it already does. It's a terrible truck. I'm not spending more gems to try and make it better. God, I'm getting scammed. Guys, I'm getting so fucking scammed right now. Fine, whatever, just send them out. Don't look at me. Oh, and I'm ranked 15. Oh man, I'm ranked 15, but even still, I don't have anything to like show for it. Fuck. I guess I have like a day to come up with with stuff, but we'll see, man. All right. I did my part. I did my part. Did you do your part? All right. Let's take another quick drink of water, and then we'll get to it. Let me figure out where these lines are. You Need to become translucent also. I also keep trying to make Asher's Ridge a plural word. To make me skinny. That's about right. Oh, I actually want to make this a vector layer. Fuck. I have to do that all over again. It's just annoying to type when my keyboard is not in the right spot. Like I don't have it in the keyboard typing area. Oh yeah, let's save. That's a good point, game. I'm still gonna switch to that. Let me make this 30. 30. Maybe like 25 is more appropriate here. Yeah, that looks better. It's alright. This is literally the least stressful part about making this. I have the thing going on again. I need one of those like drawing people gloves so I can glide my hand on this drawing tablet. So I'm going to use this napkin. And because I know you're dying to ask me what my favorite songs of this album are, my favorite songs in this album are. I keep getting stuck. I like Wood. I like Cancelled. I like Opalite. I like The Fate of Ophelia. The songs that I don't dislike these songs, but they're not my favorite songs in the album, are actually romantic. Honey. And the one song I actually don't love on this album is The Life of a Showgirl. And it's just that I don't like Sabrina Carpenter that much, and that song has heavy Sabrina Carpenter influence. Like, the sound is very Sabrina Carpenter, which makes sense because she's on the song with Taylor Swift. And I'm just not the biggest fan. Which is fine. I don't have to like every artist in the world. I love Elizabeth Taylor. I love Cancelled. The Fate of a Feel, like the first 3 songs when I first listened to this album, I was just like, oh, instantly this is a bop. Instantly I'm all over this song or this album. Instantly on my feet. This is what I've wanted. Like, don't get me wrong. like sad, introspective Taylor made great music. Don't get me wrong. But I am a 1989 girly and I am a Reputation girly. Though I'm more of a 1989 girly than I am a rep girly. I'm gonna start off these just so I know where. I'm gonna turn those blue. I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger. The same way I'm gonna make this one a little smaller. Do the same thing over here with these. AK, I'm a bigger Taylor pop girly than I'm not. So like, well, folklore, Evermore, TTPD, like those are great albums. Oh, I'm actually a huge Midnights girly. I really like Midnights, which I know people really didn't like. Mm. Sorry, I'm stretching again. Who your friends are. Okay. Hopefully that's fine enough. Let's do these big lines. Actually need my stabilization to be a bajillion on this one. In fact, I'm simply just going to do lines. So I've been praying for the day Taylor Swift is going to give us another pop bop album. And not only did she give me a pop bop album, she gave me more genres in this. She gave me like the pop, but she also gave me like the honey pop. She gave me the she gave me R&B inspired album or song. She gave me just really went above and beyond. I think I'm not finding the angle. But I like all the songs. I like all the I enjoy what she is saying. Well, I am doing vectors. I guess I could just change the vectors. Need these to be quick breaks though. Like, Honey may not be my favorite song in the world, but I think it's super sweet. I think I just like happy music. I'm past my sad girl era, I'll be honest with you. Like, am I still a depressed being? Yeah, but like I don't need to listen to music that's all depressing. I don't really have a huge desire to listen to music that makes me sad. I'm actually quite the crybaby. Many things can make me cry very easily when it comes to media, not just music. So like if I ever need like a fix, a good cry, I just watch like something that makes me sad. I get it out of my system and I go about my day. Oh, I love Slappy. That's so funny. I love I love them so much. That's so funny. So my friend put a put a message saying that oh man, they really need to update the system. It's so dumb, and I'm like, in what way do you need them to like what's wrong, right? Essentially my question was what's wrong, but I asked it in what way. And she was just like, oh, that we can't do this thing. And like I just looked up off of my from what I was doing. And she replied with like, oh, that we can't do this with this system. And then the next person, then someone else typed in the chat again, and they were like, I really think it's actually this, this, and this. So actually this in total. In response to something that they wrote 3 hours ago. So completely unrelated to what we're talking about. And it's so funny. It just, oh man. It's 10 out of 10. I don't think he meant for it to be comedic, but I found it extremely comedic. Oh no. Oh, I just did the thing where like you salivate, but like it explodes out of your mouth. And I cleaned it with my hand. So now my hand is wet, damp again. Fuck. That's my eraser. Oh, sure, why not? I can do that. Oh, I can just do this? Hell yeah. I feel yeah. Oh, but yeah, back on that, it's just that there's like such a lack of critical thinking was my main thesis statement with everything I was saying before. Is we just have such a lack of critical thinking, and it comes from a lack of desire to just think. So I don't even think it's critical thinking at this point. I think it's just simply a lack of desire to use your own mind to come up with thoughts. And I think it comes a little bit from people just not wanting to say the incorrect thing or be perceived as dumb. And I'm just like, well, surprise, I think you're all dumb. So, like, you're not ever going to be not dumb. Especially with this method. Like, if you can't do your own research, then what's the point, you know? Like, people will also ask just like AI to do math for them. And it's just like, what are we doing? Like, I'm not even asking I'm not even like talking like the things we used to put on like Wolfram or whatever the hell that website was called that I also never used. Because it never gave me what I actually wanted. Um, okay. Now that we have that done, I can do this. We're gonna go back up and go to this, and I'm gonna close some lines. Specifically these two lines and this line up here. So now I can come here. This is, oh no, it's gonna do the whole thing because I'm stupid. Fuck. I have a good keck. I do have a good keck. Okay. I think I touched it again. We're just gonna delete the layer. I'm not even gonna undo it. I'm just gonna delete the layer. What I need to do is I need to do this. Which is also gonna take a little bit, but it's gonna highlight all of this area. Hopefully not the whole area. Hopefully I closed all the lines, so it's not just gonna do the whole. I'm starting to think it might do the whole thing. I'm starting to think I may have missed a line somewhere. I sure did. Somewhere down here I missed a line. Edge. It's an ugly edge, which I should fix actually while I'm here because I am gonna forget to check this again. It's on my vector layer. I am. Can I? Uh, 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 uh. Fill point. Adjust line width. Adjust line. I can make you smaller, but I can't make you bigger. Is that what I'm discovering here? What is this? Oh, is that where I... Do you count where I delete as vector lines? Oh, no. Okay. There we go. Oh my god. It also does delete lines. Oh, that's gonna be that's a little bit of a nightmare. I'm not gonna lie to you. That feels like it completes also. What? Maybe it is because of all of those erase lines that it goes out. So I didn't delete any of that, but I did delete a lot of this. Yeah, it's looking like a lot of this got. Oh boy. Uh-oh. One of these had a delete short lines. There we go. Look at this. You think that also deletes all of my control points? Oh, bless, it sure does. I didn't mean to pick this, but here we are. It's like every corner too. What a nightmare. I almost want to just redo all these lines. It may in fact just be faster if I do that, but like, oh, deleting it's going to be such a nightmare also. Okay, and now People in particular are taking quite offense to this, and I don't think it's actual offense. Um, I think it's just the classic rage bait offense. And then some people are actually offended are also like dramatically offended, like not actually offended, and just offended to say they're offended. You know the type. I'm just gonna make up some shit so I can be part of this conversation. I don't have a shortcut for this, and I should. Never because it's outside of the scope, it's not going to delete. I think I got it all. Okay. I've never worked with vectors in this, so like this is all kind of new to me. It, are they like this? If they're all like this, I'm gonna redo this again. I'm saving. This is gonna take a little bit. Okay, if it's only a couple of corners, I can deal with that. Yeah, it's only a little bit. I can I can deal with that. There's also other people who are feeling like righteous indignation on behalf of others about something they just don't have, just to feel righteous indignation, it feels like, because they don't have any like to really stand on. I do need to keep in mind that when I deleted a lot of these things, I also did a bunch of straight lines. There's a lot of people who listen to this song also and are just like, there's a lot of people who are like, why are you still singing about high school? Stop singing about high school, you creep, and stuff like that. They're like, you are a grown woman still singing about high school, singing about grown people stuff. And then she sings about grown people stuff later in this album. And people are like, why are you singing about grown people stuff, Taylor? It's an album for kids. Think about your fans of all ages that you constantly talk about. And it's just like, what do you want? Do you want her to sing like a grown woman or do you want something else? Because, like, right now we're getting some mixed ass signals. Okay, I think now I should be able to do this. And it doesn't get the whole thing. Yeah. No. Almost. I thought I deleted everything over here. I guess not. Nope, I just saw it. There it is. I'm gonna have to do all of them. Yep. Okay, take 3. Oh no. This is feeling like it's a lot bigger than this area. Oh, it's still. Oh, it's also coming out this side. Oh, I think I'm maybe touching the line. Maybe that's what I'm doing. I don't want the lines, but maybe because this is all vector line, it's not recognizing this as like something that gets filled. Yeah, it's not letting me fill it anyways. Okay, this is what we'll do instead. I'm going to duplicate this layer. I'm going to rasterize this layer. And then we're going to do this. And now I get what I want. So now I can work on doing this as some white here. So it's something like this, and then let me go back to this layer. Oh shit, that's not what I want actually. I want you on a different layer. There we go. Okay, because I need to come back here. I need to want this piece. Uh-oh. There's also other islands out here that I missed. Yeah, that's fine. Need to come back here. Perfect. Let's do these other islands before I forget also. Walk alone and then this also album also calls out the idiots who like to just like misinterpret things for fun. And I think a lot of this album is also like there's absolutely not a single thing I can do to win. Um so whatever. I'm just going to celebrate my unadulterated happiness in this moment. And those who get it, and those who don't. It's no longer my problem. And you know what? I respect that. She also had some of those songs in TTPD also, but they did in fact go over the heads of a lot of people because they were wrapped in metaphor. This one's not wrapped in metaphor, but people are still choosing to get it wrong. Is this not close somewhere? I forgot to rasterize it again. Fuck. Gonna highlight the whole thing again. Rise layer. There we go. How quickly one can know a mistake has been made. Loves me not. He loves me not. I should just gonna erase this by hand. Mistake again. I clicked on the wrong layer. It's just so punishing because it takes so long. It takes so much computing to do this. I did it again. Oh my god. I never learn. Never learn. Always punished. Just want to knock on wood. Uno más. I'm gonna have to do this again when I do the rest of this. I need to fix these. My God. I started watching a couple of animes a couple of weeks ago that that unfortunately I did not check the dates that they came out. So all the dates are so like they're still coming out. And I was like, no. I hate watching things that are like coming out still. I was watching, I think it's The Water Magician, and that um is still coming out or not dubbed. I think it's coming out and it's still not fully dubbed because I watch dubbed anime. Um so I'm waiting for that, and then The Silent Witch I think is the other one. They're both pretty good. And where I left off on The Silent Witch was like not a cliffhanger per se, but like we finished one of like the arcs, and I'm just like, well, now I need to know more. I was excited to start like the second arc of the story, only for it to be yanked away from me. I'm gonna do this all over again. I forgot I wanted to rough up these edges a little bit. So I've been noticing Taylor Swift's hair in these interviews. And it's like so interesting to see like real blonde. Because like Taylor Swift is in her mid 30s now. So like she has I from my understanding, blonde people's hair becomes more brown as time progresses. Um Not that you would be able to tell, because so many blonde people I've learned just dye their hair. Like they take a lot of time and effort to like always go and do their hair, to get it blonde again. And I'm like, my God, why? It seems like so much money to spend. But again, from my understanding, apparently blonde, like color hair is like the colorism in amongst white people, because I guess they can't like just be happy being at the top of the food chain. It's fucking wild. But yeah, seeing her hair blonde, because of people like constantly dyeing their hair blonde, I don't have a great grasp as to what blonde actually is aside from like yellow. Like to me, blonde and yellow are fairly synonymous. I don't have much nuance in my understanding of the different shades of blonde. Like blonde looks nice. The shade, like a darker blonde, it seems really nice, but I guess like they just think it looks too much like brunette, and God forbid, I guess. My God. Okay. 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 Since I'm doing this, I might be able to catch more of these vectors like this. This is simplifying. So this is taking those points that we're seeing here, and they are making them less. I'm gonna argue that this is gonna be faster. Also, like some wild, like trad, like trying to accuse Taylor Swift of being like a trad wife, and like advocating for trad wife values. And I'm just like, Taylor Swift? The Taylor Swift? The one who's saying her dick's bigger? Like, that Taylor Swift? That's the one we wanna. That's not. Is this the hill we wanna die on? To make this point? Like, the Taylor Swift who has an entire song about her fiance's dick? Like. Also, people who are just desperate to make Taylor Swift MAGA are fighting for their lives. I'm just like, guys. And not just like people who are MAGA. I'm like, I don't know, maybe people who are pretending to be liberal or a leftist. It's just like some of the mental like hoops we're taken are truly impressive. Oh my god, what is this over here? I don't know why that was all there, but I just don't know how that works. I would assume something called connect lines would connect lines, but what do I know? Oh, also the commentary about like Taylor Swift, quote unquote, punching down when talking about potentially Travis's ex and then in later songs Charlie XCX. First of all, Charlie XCX, global pop star. Taylor Swift, global pop star. Are they in different tax brackets? Sure. But like also probably not actually, you know? Like they're both doing fine for themselves. Like a lot of people have been saying, if I were Charlie XCX, I'd be more pissed that my fans were claiming that I'm being punched down at. Second of all, Taylor Swift's or Taylor Swift's fiance's ex um first of all, she's the one who broke up with Travis Kelce. So like a lot of these people are like, oh, Travis Kelce is a race hopper, blah 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 blah. I'm just like, Travis Kelce was broken up with. It's not like he broke up with his ex to date Taylor Swift. An opportunity arose with both Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce were single at the same time. Also, Travis Kelce's ex has definitely kept his name in her mouth this entire time, allowing rumors to fly until she finally graciously addresses them and calls them false. I'm just like, if anything, we're just answering some questions here. Okay, now we can duplicate this layer and we can rasterize it. And we can delete this layer. And then on this layer, I'm going to close up these lines that I deleted. Oh, this coastal looks ugly. Fuck. I'm gonna hit it one more time in case that works. Okay, what if I do this? What if I do this again? Yeah, that's what I thought was gonna happen. Okay, there we go. I can work with that. Doing another cursory glance so I don't have to do that again. Okay. I think now I can duplicate this layer, rasterize it, close some of my lines. Then do that. And then over here, we do this. We get the majority of this. Come over here to the other layer. We fill it. Then we go back to Asher's Ridge. I click on that. Go to the new layer. We do that. I go over here. Oh, I forgot to go to Asher's Ridge. Oh my god, I'm killing me with my mistakes. I'm making this take 5 years longer. Honestly, me doing vector layers made this take a bajillion years longer, but God forbid I try to learn something new. Go to there. Here. Here. Go over here. Here. Go over here. Go here. Go over here. Go here. Go next. Here. Here. Do that. And then don't make a mistake on the very last one, PB. And we go like that. Okay. Okay, I think now we're good here. Okay. My god. I'm not in love with this gray, but I do just need a solid background to work with. Asher's back lines. Whoops. We will call this green. Well, not green. Maybe let's not do green. Let's do yellow. No. Trying to hit whose other color. Let's do white. That's still a light purple. There we go. Okay, one thing I do want to do is I want to get rid of this part. I think I've done a good job of, yeah. The rest of them don't have that. Okay. So the next thing I need to do is I need to take off the paint layer. And now I need to... This is what I like to call like blue pen blue. The blue you only get from utilizing a blue pen. Oh, the entire coast is blue. Okay, I think that is fixable. We'll see what happens here. I'm going to save before I do anything, just in case I crash something. Save. That did not do what I wanted it to do, so instead I'm going to do my secondary plan. I'm going to duplicate this. The islands should also be blue. Yeah, they are. Okay. Now then we're going to cut and paste. Okay, now that we've cut and paste, now we can do a layer color here. Since island or shore, I can compare this to. Okay. Let's do this as a black. It feels like a dark blue. It's kind of this color. Let me do this. It's just blurry. I keep thinking it's... I think it's this color. Which is remarkably similar. It's just a little bit more gray, I think. Yeah, this is gonna disappear into the background a little bit better. I think I need to go a little bit more gray. That's about as close to the color match I think we're gonna get on this one. And it might be even better because it's a little bit darker. No, I don't like that it's a little bit more dark. Let's do this. And let's change this a little bit. I forget I could do that. I could just change both the colors and call it a day. There we go. It gives it's just a little bit lighter than black. I still think it should maybe be a little bit more like pen-like, but we can always just change it. Uh, Color. That's what we're gonna call that. Not the original reason I did this, to get these new lines going. The real question is, what color do I paint in? That I get this color? Black. We'll fix that later. I also don't like that she said that line. They think the lyrics of this album are too simplistic. And I'm just like, what do you guys want? You guys didn't understand the Torture Poets department. There are still songs on there are still songs that you guys don't understand on like Folklore and Evermore. Like you need people to tell you what these things mean and whether or not like we're in a place where you need to be told whether or not you like something. Like if that's where we're at in the world, like you don't need to make anything more complicated for yourself, babe. Because y'all are saying, because they're saying these lyrics in this song are super simplistic. And I'm like, we're misinterpreting some of the easiest lines that, in your own words, are not that difficult to understand. And yet here we are. I hate these lines, and I'm so mad that I'm gonna have to do that. And I knew as I was drawing it, I was making a mistake. Like, from their own words, the lyrics to this in this album are easy to understand, and yet here we are. Like, father figure is too difficult for you guys to comprehend. What do you want Taylor Swift to do differently? Like, people heard that this is the song about Travis Kelce's dick, and they just have gone with it. And they've made zero effort to understand the rest of the song, you know? Like, there's an entire metaphor outside of this about superstitions and how the love of this new person has made her realize that she was having to come up with spells and theories as to why her and someone else should work and why they do work, and like doing literal mental gymnastics to justify why she was with her old man. And like, yeah, partially it's about, grown people business, but aside from that, there's an entire superstitious, which we all know that like Taylor Swift is big into numerology and stuff. So she's saying like, I have done all of these things for so long, and it turns out that it actually is just as easy as everyone else says. I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to actually do any of that when it came to the right guy. I don't know, and I think it's just goofy behavior from people. I think that's all the water in this. There's this river that forks there. There's this river that forks here. There's a river up there. There's the water down here, and there's no other river elsewhere. I know it's super hard to see. Trust me, it's hard for me to see also. Some people like there's some people who generally don't like the lyrics, and that's fine. You don't have to like her lyrics. You don't have to like her as an artist. Um, but what doesn't need to happen is just some ridiculous mental gymnastics to explain why you don't like this artist. Like, you just don't like her. Like, that's fine. You didn't like the language of the song. Fair enough. You wanted something a little bit more poetic. Cool. But you don't have to make that her problem, you know? It's just like when TTPD came out. Like, I knew we were gonna get a sad album. Because that's where she was at. She literally had just broken up with her fiance. But honestly, I didn't want a sad album. I was sick of the sad albums. All her albums since Reputation have been a little bit sad, including Lover. Oh my gosh, my back. And kind of my elbow, actually. Nightbot won't tell you, but I'm gonna tell you. Don't forget to stretch. And to drink some water. Boy. Okay. Like, some people are being straight goofy about it. I'm like, grow up, fam. I, for one, am happy not to listen to Taylor Swift talk about wanting to kill herself anymore. Like, what an absolute relief. Taylor Swift no longer singing about anxious attachment, mistaking it for love. Let's go. Taylor Swift is finally giving up on what is not a good relationship. Let's go. I hit the save button and it didn't hit the first time. It's concerning. I think I have fixed most of these lines that are the most egregious. Oops. Also, I also wonder how many of these people who like are taking quote unquote offense to this are actually just obsessed with Travis Kelsey and are like the weirdos who are upset that some other woman took their man. You know, those kinds of goofies who have like no sense of reality. The other thing I wonder is how many of these people are fans of Justin Baldoni and think that Taylor Swift has taken Blake Lively's side and therefore are trying to start a smear campaign against Taylor Swift because they once again have a terrible, terrible parasocial relationship about Justin Baldoni. That's the other thing I wonder. I don't think a lot of people have been considering, because as far as we all know, Taylor Swift is no longer close with Blake Lively after all this lawsuit business. Because of the song Cancelled, people are considering that are thinking it's about Blake Lively. And I'm just like, I don't think it is. The timelines don't match up. I think it's a general song about being canceled, about inane things, kind of like people are trying to do right now. In fact, she simply may have just predicted what was going to happen during this album. But I think people just like to think they're smart. In reality, I fear we have another mastermind. Also, I saw that the Bills lost today. The Bills lost. Hold on. Before I say exactly who lost today, let me just make sure. The Bears won against the Commanders? Is it a Bears year? Who's hold on. The Bears are 3-2, fam. They must have just had a bye. Oh, but they have the Packers and the Lions and the Vikings in their standings. I don't know. The Vikings haven't looked great this season either. I don't know. It could be a Bears year. They might not be the bottom of their standings this year. We'll find out. The Bears took Jake Moody and he made a kick. He won the game. That's crazy. But yeah, the Bills lost today to the Falcons 24-14. Don't know what happened there. Lions lost to the Chiefs 30-17. 49ers lost to the Buccaneers 30-19. However, the 49ers could not be more hurt. And they just lost Fred Warner yesterday. So, like, it is not looking good for them. The Ravens lost to the Rams 17-3. The Cowboys lost to the Panthers 30-27. The Patriots beat the Saints, which, I mean, it's not that difficult to beat the Saints, but the Patriots won again, and the Broncos beat the Jets also. And like we're in a weird spot right now in the NFL that I actually have no idea who's gonna win against who anymore. It's kind of exciting. Kind of worrisome. Because my Texans still suck. So I'm just like, can I get some of that mojo for my Texans? Can I get some of this energy going for my boys in blue, in navy blue? Can I get my Texans Doing well again. I'm like CJ Strand. Come on, bud. D'Amico Ryans. We did good. You stepping back and being a coach, not trying to pull a Kyle Shanahan. Where I think Kyle Shanahan is starting to be put on fraud alert. Which kind of like finally. It's one of those things where like the 49ers have just done well in their system, in Kyle Shanahan's system. But like the cracks are shown very quickly. Like you see the cracks fairly quickly in the Shanahan system. And it started with fucking Jimmy Garoppolo back in the day. And then with Trey Lance, they got bailed out. He got bailed out by Brock Purdy. For his first 2 years, but Brock Purdy is also starting to not to look great. Yeah, this Wednesday we should be doing the Where's Waldo game. I'm almost done with the overlay for that game. That's all of that water. I think I did this all in one. I did not. Okay. So the other thing I want to do. I hit simplify vector lines on this. It straightens them out a little bit. But it still keeps like the integrity. My intent, I should say. Okay. I'm going to duplicate this layer. I'm going to rasterize you. I'm going to do this. I think that's perfect, actually. Okay, so we're gonna go into this layer. Nope, that layer is nothing. I believe that is perfect. There we go. Look at that. We're getting somewhere. Oh, I like that this is bolder, actually. Just a little bit. Not that much, though. I missed the X. Extras. Oh, I don't think that's anything either. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and delete those. Those aren't serving me anymore. I'm naming all my stuff and grouping it together real quick. There we go. Oh, I never did move the terraces back. Let me do that. Oh man. I hate to do this, but it is late. I know I started late, but I hate to do this, but I think this is all we can do tonight. We got a lot done though. We got the city laid out, or moved again. So we're gonna be able to just pull it out tomorrow, hopefully. Just go at it. And then on Wednesday, hopefully we have our Where's Waldo game. That should be a lot of fun. And then let me save while I'm talking. And then it's just continuing to finish this. We'll see what else I get done for the Asher's Ridge game, but that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your morning, evening, night. Don't forget to be nice to each other. Don't forget to be compassionate, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye-bye. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good one. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.